Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Ask Nurse Alice, the show where we talk about all things health, wellness, love, lifestyle, and everything else under the sun, where I give you all the tea with no copay. Thank you again for tuning in. For those returning, thank you for your comments, your questions, the support. I love you all. Mwah, 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 mwah. And if you're new to the show, please make sure that you don't miss a beat by going to your favorite podcast platform and making sure you subscribe, like, and follow Ask Nurse Alice so you can hear the audio. And if you're interested in the video, you can go to my YouTube website, youtube.com/Ask Nurse Alice, and you can watch the video version of the interviews. But guys, this is the one-stop shop, the health podcast that you need to be listening to, because I bring all the experts, my celebrity friends, and all the stuff that you need to know to make healthier choices so you can live a happier and healthier life. And we talk about everything, guys, everything under the sun, from exercise to food to mental health. I mean, so many different things. And if you have a particular topic you want to hear, please make sure to write to the show at info@asknursealice.com. Again, we want to talk about what you want to talk about, because I don't want to see you in my ER or my ICU. I'm just going to keep it real. That's just is what it is. I do this so I don't have to see you there. But guys, buckle up. We have a great show, as we always do. I always bring my super friends, the folks that are going to give it to you raw, tell you what you need to know, and help us along the way, because we know that staying healthy is hard. We mean well, but we don't always do well. So we need a little help. And even myself, I need a little help sometimes too, which is why I bring on these guests to kind of talk to us and walk us through some of the things that can help us be better and do better, because we'll know better after listening to them, I should say. And guys, let's kind of back it up a little bit. I know we're still in quarantine, COVID-19, a lot of issues going on. It's made it kind of challenging and difficult to kind of get out to the grocery store and do the things and eat the things that we want, right? Your favorite restaurants aren't, you can't go there to eat full to capacity, things like that. And hopefully, if some of you guys haven't tried but I know that it's been challenging with COVID-19. We're not able to get out and eat exactly what we want all the time because we're limited. We've been told to kind of stay at home, essential travel, things like that. But eating is just a necessity, right? But it's going to be important that we're just not eating out of a box and that we're just not constantly going through somebody's drive-through when it comes to eating. And so, you know what? Who did I call on? I needed to call on someone who was going to be an expert when it comes to food and cuisine and making it easy for a sister or brother to eat healthy and make the foods that we like healthier. So you guys, I want you to please welcome to the show one of my good friends. We're going to bring, and he's also known as the family chef, guys. Okay, we are bringing to the conversation. We have Chef Jernard. Please welcome to the show, Chef Jernard. He is an award-winning TV host, celebrity chef, best-selling cookbook author. He has several books. You've seen him on so many different shows. He's been on the Food Network, Cooking Channel. He has his own show, The New Soul Kitchen, on Cleo TV. He's also a contributor to The Ricky Smiley Show, giving us fun tips on foods that we can eat. Welcome, Chef Jernard. Hey, Chef.
Hey, how you doing?
I am doing well. Oh my gosh.
Yes, thank you for having me on.
Yes, you are all over the place. You are doing your thing. I love seeing it. But first off, let me ask, how's the family? How are you and the family?
Everyone is doing good. For us, I'm in ATL, so school has started back for them. Mm-hmm. So we're getting that under wraps. But for the most part, it's going good. And I guess one of the things the kids is loving about doing schooling from home is they got their dad, Chef Jernard, as the cafeteria worker.
Listen,
keep them hooked up all day.
You talk about some good cafeteria food. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, on quarantine, your dad is Chef Jernard. Look, can I come to your house? Can I listen? That should be the cafeteria right there. So for those of you who don't know, Chef Jernard has a beautiful family. What we got? 9 kids.
Yeah,
Such,
5 girls and 4 boys. Yeah.
listen,
And fortunate during this pandemic, we only have 5 of them that are still school age. And as a
okay.
matter of fact, um, I have one that just graduated with her bachelor of science, and a nursing
Hey,
degree. So
listen,
yeah, so
you could tell her call Auntie Alice. Whatever clinical problem she got going on, issues, I'm
all
gonna
right,
walk her through it. She got a personal mentor in me. Just call Auntie Alice.
I
Um,
sure will.
but this is good, guys. So good. The family's doing well. Got college graduates. You're all over the television and radio airwaves. I love it. And chef, I'm telling you, if your house is the cafeteria, I'm gonna need to sign up because I know you throws down in the kitchen.
Yes, and one of the things during the whole pandemic and quarantine, when things were really tight and we couldn't move as much as we normally could, it really pushed me to the ability to really source a lot of the food and hit a lot of local farmers markets for the
Mm,
kids. And the thing is, I was truly glad that over these years of me just cooking, their palates were so diverse. So it was easy for me to fix things for them, like rhubarb and
oh,
doing pickled beets and all kind of cool things like that, instead of just your traditional spaghetti, doing zucchini styles of pastas, and they really loved it, and just really just seasoned it to what they liked. And so by already having them that way, it was a lot easier for me to continue to just incorporate unique things without even having to do a lot of protein in what I was
oh my
cooking.
goodness. Listen,
Yeah.
you need to teach. Look, not only you need to be the cafeteria, you need to be the nutritionist on campus teaching some of these classes because you said rhubarb. And I was like, I don't know if I've ever had rhubarb. So that's
Yeah.
excellent because you're right. When we are, y'all listen, because when y'all are born, your taste buds are not programmed to like salt and sweet things like that. That's just not how that works. That is an
Yeah,
acquired
exactly.
taste.
We picked that up as we're getting old, and all of these processed foods and all these things, and that's when
Mm-hmm.
it gets in our system, and it just becomes, as we see it, a way of not life, or more so it becomes addictive to us. And
Yes.
that's why we have all those weird cravings of craving sodium or craving
Yep.
something sweet, is because it's been implanted in just what we've been accustomed to eating. But the good thing about it is, if you start replacing what you eat with a lot of different greenery, a lot of fruits and
Mm-hmm.
vegetables, you can reset your palate,
There you go.
and your body will start craving different things.
Yes. Who needs a reset? I know. Look,
Yeah.
everybody in the studio raise their hand, Chef John. We all need resets. But you know what?
Hey,
I think it's easier to reset in your house because you know how to cook that stuff. I can go out to the store and buy it, but I don't know. I'm gonna need some help with how to what to do with these different fruits and vegetables. Which, by the way, I'm so glad that you do that in your home. We need more people to do it in their homes, but I think you can help us out because you have a new. I mean, you got tons of books, but you got a new cookbook, right? Southern
yes.
Modified. Now, listen,
Yep.
y'all. You guys know there's just certain recipes on that Sunday dinner that you never mess with. You just that's grandma's recipe or that's Auntie Louise's recipe. You just don't change it. You don't touch it. It is what it is, and it tastes fabulous. But it sounds like Chef Jernard, you have some tips in this book that can help us modify some of our favorite Southern cuisines to make them a little bit healthier or to modify them so they're not as I don't know,
Yeah.
sweet, salty, and
Eh,
all
eh,
those
yeah,
things.
exactly. Yep, heavy on the salt, heavy on the fat,
Ooh.
heavy on the sugar, those things. And,
Mm-hmm.
and what it is it's a food play. And when Denise Boutte and myself,
Yes.
and Denise is the co-author with me, when we came together to create this book, because see, I'm originally from Mississippi and she's
Okay.
from Louisiana.
Ooh,
And
that's
so those two states border each other. And so we wanted to create something that would be conducive to no matter where you are, because Denise has been in LA for years now,
mm-hmm.
so she's got accustomed to that style. But then when she visits home, she has those same southern roots that are still tied in.
Yes.
So our task was, how do we create amazing recipes that were staples at home, but in a more health conscious way? And
Boom.
that's the whole gist of Southern Modified, is we modifying Southern dishes that we grew up loving for today's healthier lifestyle. Like to give you an example, fried chicken.
Mm.
Instead of one of the recipes I have, instead of your traditional fried chicken, we do a baked fried chicken.
Oh,
Where what we'll do is we'll batter it up and we'll lightly braise it in grapeseed oil or vegetable oil, lightly braise it just to get the crust on the inside, on the outside.
mm-hmm.
But then we put it on the actual baking rack in the oven and finish baking it, because we only do it on the outside just to get the crust on the skin. But the inside is baked, so then it pulls those trans fats back out of it. So on the outside, you get that crispy texture that we've
Mm.
grown to love.
Yes, we do.
But then on the inside, it's baked, less trans fat. So you kind of you get the best of both worlds. And we show you how to create all these dishes in our cookbook. We have some amazing portobello mushrooms if you want
Oh,
to do a burger with it, if you want to go into that vegetarian side. We created recipes that meet the need of no matter what it is. If you're vegan, if you're pescatarian,
mm-hmm.
or you're meatitarian and you're looking to eat something on the lighter side, especially look, one of
Yes.
the biggest things is collard greens.
Oh,
And in the South, they would put like fatback or
oh,
ham
yeah.
hocks, things like that
Oh,
in
I love
there.
me some ham
So we
hocks.
show you how to create them. We using smoked turkey legs, and you
Yeah.
get the same essence. You cut down instead of using your trans fat oils and things like that. So, and it's still good. Now we went into the lab and we redid the recipes over and over till we got them where you don't miss the difference in the taste of the flavor before even putting the book out.
See, I would have loved to been one of the, listen, the lab rats. I would have
One of
been
those
loved
taste
to be. I
testers.
would have loved to be one of them taste testers. I'll take it. Here, let me taste some greens. Okay, some more. Yes. But no, that's fabulous. I mean, I'm so glad. And I did say I like ham hocks. Y'all, my dad's from North Carolina. I'd have to say there's something about that Southern food that you just can't get that everywhere. So those recipes have been tried and true and perfected. So I'm glad to see that you and Miss Boutte have been able to help us to modify things, because you can still enjoy you can still enjoy fried foods and some of these other things, and modification, even sugars and things like that. Modification.
Yep.
It's all about balance, guys. We're not trying to, because the last thing I like to hear people say is, I can't eat this and I can't eat that. Well, how about the things you can eat? Let's flood your plate with things you can eat. You can have fried baked chicken. You just got to do it Southern modified, like Chef Jernard said. So you can live a happier and healthier life. And and keep them taste buds happy. So okay. So Southern Modified, that book is out now. You can go to any book retailer and get that book now, Chef Jernard.
Yeah, they can go to Amazon.com, Barnes and Nobles, Walmart.com, or they can go direct to my website, which is hautcuisine.store. HAUTECUISINE.store. And when they order it directly from me, I autograph it and ship it to them. So you get a autographed copy when you order it direct.
Oh, fabulous. I love it, guys. So you guys definitely want to check out this book and get that. And you know what? You might want to get a copy for someone else. I think we home. We ain't going nowhere. You might as well go and get in the kitchen, get to cooking.
Exactly. And you got Christmas right around the corner. They make some great stocking stuffers.
There you go. And get them now, because we don't listen. It was one thing when people used to go to the stores early. Now everybody's going to be buying online. Things going to move slow. So go ahead and get your copies now so you can have your Christmas shopping done. Like, boom, I'm done.
That is so true. And one of the things, if they do venture over into my website just to check things out, I have a complete sauce and seasoning line by the name of Haute Cuisine also. And the seasonings and spices that I created are low sodium, low in sugar,
I love it.
Things like that. No MSGs, no corn syrups, so I create great seasonings that you can use without having all the heavy sodium and things like that. And sauces, from steak sauces, barbecue sauces, hot wing sauces. Yeah, so I create some amazing stuff that you can use to just really enhance your cooking tools, whatever you're cooking at home, to enhance it. But at the same time, you don't have to feel guilty about eating
Yes.
it or overindulging in whatever it is.
There you
Because
go.
I created with the health conscious mindset.
And that's so important, guys. Not everything got to be sprinkled with Lowry's. Okay. I'm going to tell you that now. That's high in sodium, too. I know y'all, listen, let's be honest. We grew up on Lowry's. It was a little on everything, but it sounds like we have some health conscious choices. And Chef Jernard got a whole line. He got a cookbook for you. So it's almost like you can actually go to your website and it's like a one-stop shop, and you can kind of help people get started with their cooking journey, because we're not going to the movies. Bowling is out. Like, all of these traditional activities are out. So why not experiment, get into the kitchen, get to cooking, right? Experimenting with these things.
Absolutely.
And maybe, you know
Yep.
what, Dr. Chef Jernard, one of the things I've picked up during this quarantine is gardening. So it's interesting you mentioned some vegetables and stuff, because I just harvested some yellow squash, some zucchini. I had some green beans. You know, those damn chipmunks ate my corn, though. They ate my corn.
Any
but
tomatoes yet?
Oh, yes. I got some tomatoes. And so, guys, you know, while we are in quarantine, and, you know, let me just say this. You don't even have to be on quarantine, but it's an excellent time to start, you know, get into your garden, start growing some fresh fruits and vegetables. You also mentioned, Chef Jernard, that you've gone to some farmers markets, getting those fresh organic vegetables, supporting our local markets and farmers. That's important too. And then I'm sure in your book, in your several books that you have, you show us what to do with these things. Because I wouldn't know what to do with rhubarb. I'm going to be quite honest.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, you could do some amazing things with it. You can even cook it down to make a rhubarb applesauce. It's amazing what it's so many things you can do with it. Great pies. And you know, when we hear these, this even one of those. If you venture back, say 5 years ago, Brussels sprouts was like one of those things, that vegetables that was frowned on. But now Brussels sprouts is an amazing delicacy, especially when you're cooking them right. You know, because you can oven roast them, or you can pan sear them, which is what I like doing. I like pan searing them, and just a tablespoon of vegetable oil, because once you sear those vegetables and they start to caramelize, it pulls a natural sweetener out of them, and it really enhances the flavor, and changes the whole concept of a Brussels sprout. And I just use that as an example because there are so many great vegetables out here that we can start incorporating into our meals that really change the whole aspect of how we saw and how we look at food, because this is how we traditionally cooked anyway. And you know, we didn't get out of it until we as a society in the country, we started pushing more and more restaurants, and then we started going more towards eating out and not dining and not cooking food in home. And I always say it's great to eat out, because I always love people cooking for me, but I still think that you should have a balance where, you know, you should at least plan to cook meals at least 4 times a week.
Yes.
At the minimum. And that way you can at least control and know what you're truly putting in your body from the beginning to the end, because you go into the local farmers market or your local grocery store, you're picking out your vegetables, you're picking out your protein. And when you season it, you know, okay, I put this in it, I know I put this in it. And then you really can control it. And then it's fine. You know, I always say 2 to 3 days a week, have those guilty pleasure meals where you dine out or something like that. Yeah. And that's just to keep you from falling off of the bandwagon, because I think a lot of times when we just go too hardcore, and then when we end up falling off the bandwagon or venturing out there, we go overboard, and then it just resets the process. That's even with me. You know, I like how they coin the days of the week: meatless Mondays, Taco Tuesdays. I think that's another thing that's good, is at least practice 2 to 3 times a week to at least do a vegetarian meal.
Oh yeah.
You know, and a lot of people look at saying, "Oh, vegetarian. I don't want to do vegetarian." You do it every day. And what I mean is, when you order a meal or when you cook a meal, you got your protein, and guess what? You got 2 vegetables on the side, or a vegetable in a starch of some form. And if you don't have 2 vegetables or two vegetables of some form on the side, you're gonna feel that you have an incomplete meal. So instead of doing the protein, just replace it with a 3rd vegetable. It'll be just as exciting, but it regenerates, you know, your metabolism and how we operate on life. And then slowly one day you may decide, hey, I want to do complete vegetarian lifestyle. And that's really, even for me, that's really been helping, especially going through the quarantine
Yeah.
standpoint, because us not being able to move like we normally would move. When I'm saying that, I'm making reference to, I would go to the gym, and then I had a personal trainer who I would spend time with. And when this hit and we started doing social distancing before they started opening a lot of things up, what we started doing was we started hitting the local parks,
Okay.
jogging those trails,
Good.
walking 2 or 3 miles every other day, things like that, to at least keep the body going, keep the metabolism rolling. And that really helps too by, incorporating those meatless days into your week, so you can kind of stabilize and don't have too much, as we call it, Rona weight when all this is over.
They call it the quarantine 15. So, on
Yeah,
average, people have been gaining up to 15 pounds because of
yeah.
quarantine, because we aren't as active. And then the foods that we're buying and eating off the shelves. Remember, we were all scared, like, oh my gosh, what's happened? So we bought about a box foods, canned foods. And while those are still
Hmm.
necessities, those things together allowed people to gain weight. So now that we kind of in this in a long haul, we got to think differently, guys. So like Chef Jernard said, let's practice cooking a few days out of the week. Let's try exploring more vegetables in our food. And let me say this. I never once said I want to become vegetarian, but one day I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to just eat a little less red meat. It's just, my goal wasn't too high. So, because when we aim for them goals too high and we fall short, we're just like, oh, forget it. I'm never going to do it. And so I set many goals. And so,
Hmm.
long story short, I started to eat less red meat. Eat more fish and turkey
Yeah,
when possible.
yeah.
And then I just noticed that I wasn't craving as much meat as I was before. And you'd be surprised.
You reset your palate and
There you go.
yep.
Then
Hmm.
all of a sudden I found mushrooms kind of hearty. Like I didn't
Yeah.
need meat. I was like, okay, let's just put some extra mushrooms on there. And that kind of satisfied me. So, and we're not just talking about just what's on our plate, but this, guys, makes a big difference physically in your body with helping to, lose weight, manage your blood pressure, diabetes, all of those things, because we're some real stressful times. So it's going to be real important that we take care of ourselves physically and mentally. And we can do this with a simple change of what we put on our plate, what we're eating.
Yep.
So, Chef Jernard, you also, you have your show, right? So we have
Yeah.
New Soul Kitchen on Cleo TV. Tell us a little bit more about that. When's it
Yeah.
on? How can we watch it? All those things. I got to know what's happening this season.
Oh man, everything's just truly been so amazing. Even going through this quarantine and things of that nature. New Soul Kitchen season 1 airs every day on Cleo TV. Cleo TV is um, a a millennial network, a network for millennial women of color.
Okay.
That's what Cleo TV is all about. And I mean, the show is just phenomenal. Now, Cleo has a host of other amazing shows that are on there, but New Soul Kitchen, I was truly thankful when we shot season 1 uh, last year.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, we shot season 1 last year. I was blessed with the opportunity to win 3 awards off of this show.
Yeah.
I won a taste. Yes. I won a taste award where we came out to LA right before the pandemic hit. For that,
Mm.
they had the award ceremony in Beverly Hills. Was amazing. So I won a taste award for best new online and streaming show, because you can also go to Cleo, mycleo.tv to watch some of the episodes of New Soul Kitchen. Um, Also, I won 3 Telly Awards for it just this year here. So truly amazed with that. And right before the pandemic hit, I filmed season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm truly thankful for that,
Yes.
because if I know if we hadn't got that in, it
Right.
probably wouldn't be a season 2 for a while. But yeah, I filmed season 2 right before the pandemic hit and shut everything down in New York. And season 2 will be airing this October.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to that. I have some amazing female guests that are going to be joining me. I
All
have
right.
4 female guests that'll be joining. We're going to be cooking up some amazing dishes, everything from African food
Mm.
to keto style food,
Okay.
vegetarian food, and we're gonna, of course, we're gonna always throw that Southern style American cuisine into it.
There you go.
And when I say Southern style American cuisine, we used to call it soul food.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell people soul food just puts a cap on how great our cuisine is. It's really American food because American cuisine is we invented this cuisine that you see a lot of people that are ditched to eat when we were brought over here from our Western African civilizations, and our ancestors took that knowledge of what they knew how to cook there and infused it with Western civilization ingredients. And that is why you get some of the most unique flavors from us in cuisine. So we're going to be doing some amazing things on the
Oh,
show
good.
this October. But if they want to catch up and
Yes,
see
we
what's
actually
been
catch
going
up.
on prior to that, just go to Cleo TV and hit it in your guide, New Soul Kitchen, and you can watch some of those season 1 episodes.
Okay, good. So everybody catch up with season 1, and then season 2 will begin airing this October. But even in the interim, we can also catch you on the Ricky Smiley Show as well.
Yes.
Health control. Look at you all over the place. Listen, guys, there is no reason for y'all not to get right in the kitchen. You got Chef Jernard or just about on every channel, everywhere you turn, you're gonna see Chef Jernard with some type of new dish, new advice, how to make something healthier. So, what are we doing on the Ricky Smiley Show? Are we dishing up some foods? What are we doing here?
Yeah, you know what I've been calling. I'm on the Ricky Smiley Show every morning. Not every morning, but in the mornings, Mondays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
And I'm doing what we call quarantine cooking.
Oh,
Except lately, what I've been coining my sessions is school is in session because we have a lot of work from home moms
yes.
and dads that got kids that are in school. So now they're having to juggle being the parent, being the employee, employer, or CEO of their job that they're running from home,
Mm-hmm.
and teaching,
Mm,
and
mm, mm.
also the cafeteria worker.
There you
So I
go.
go on Ricky Smiley Show on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I create unique, easy to fix recipes that they can whip up for lunchtime or dinner time if they choose to, that
Mm-hmm.
they can serve the kids and the parents can get back to work to doing what they're doing. The kids can log back in and everyone is happy. Some cool recipes I've done is I created a puff pastry chicken pot pie, and
Oh,
it consists of
that's found
one of the
fancy.
already rot one of the already rotisserie chickens that you can get out of your local grocery that they've already made.
Mm-hmm.
Some puff pastry out of the freezer section, some steamable vegetables, some heavy cream, and chicken broth, and boom, you can create an amazing dish within 30 minutes, and everybody's eating good. You can just throw a
Oh, I
salad
love
with
it.
it. Um,
Listen,
Also, for those that's quick on the go, I did some cheeseburger egg rolls.
what's that?
Cheeseburger,
Hold on.
yes.
How you do that?
Cheeseburger egg rolls, simple but amazing. The same way you would typically make how you what's on a cheeseburger self.
Okay.
You take either your ground beef,
Mm-hmm.
ground turkey, ground chicken, or if you're vegetarian, you use the vegan crumbles. Saute them up. Add your garlic powder, onion powder, little kosher salt, black pepper. Add in some sweet pickled relish, some
Mm.
dill pickles, a teaspoon of mustard and ketchup, and then you will blend in your favorite cheese. If you're vegan, you'd use like a vegan cheese
Okay.
or vegan cheese substitute, regular cheese. And once you saute it up, melt the cheese in there, you take the egg rolls, and then you put your spoonful in your egg rolls, and you roll them up like an egg roll, and you'll either deep fry them or you can pop them in the oven, bake them off. Boom, 20 minutes. Everybody eating an amazing snack to get them through the rest of the day.
Stop playing. I might make that for dinner. You talking about snack? That might just be for dinner tonight. That's amazing. And something that the kids would eat too. I mean, because sometimes these kids so finicky. I'll be like, look here, you must not be hungry. You gonna eat what we eat. But that's because their
Exactly.
taste buds have been accustomed to one thing. It's gonna be a process, parent. So be patient with your kids. Keep trying to introduce, different foods to them so we can shift that palate.
Yes, that's the key. That is the key now to reset everything that had been done because we have more control over it. And hey, a bit as they say, a pro and a con. we have more control over by the simple force stuff. A lot of schools still being closed, and
Yeah.
we were quarantine in place. But the benefit of it, you get to reset some of those habits and some of those things that we had adapted in life, um, in ways that we had no control over. But now you do have control over it,
Sure
and you
do.
can take advantage of it.
Absolutely. So wow, that's exciting. So I got plenty of options to get Chef Jernard somewhat in my kitchen, right? He can walk you through some things. He has some cookbooks. You can watch him on Cleo TV. He's on Ricky Smiley. You can go to his website. You know, you can buy his books, his spices. And I thought I saw something also on there for the kiddos. Something to get the kids cooking in the kitchen. I thought it's almost like a easy bake, not quite an easy bake, but something along those lines. I remember that as a kid. So what you got for the kiddos, Chef Jernard?
Yeah, that's actually, what I do is I do a lot of different kitchen hacks because with me having children and seeing as they were growing up, they would always want to they would always want to get in the kitchen and cook with me. And so I did a takeover on PayPal with Tamara Mari, and it was showing her and her children how to use kitchen hacks. So she has little kids, and if some people have little kids and nervous about them using knives, there are so many different kitchen hack tools that you can order. And when you order these kitchen hack tools, then you can bring the kids and let them cook with you, and you don't have to be as worried. Like,
There you go.
for instance, at the end, after I showed her how to get, I told her about purchasing onion choppers. They got meat grinders and the things like this. The onion choppers, you can use them to chop up and dice up any kind of vegetables you could think of. So you have something like that. The kids want to be hands on in the kitchen working. Give them that. You don't have to worry about giving them a knife. Also, the meat smasher, instead of smashing and grinding up meat with it, use it to break up vegetables. So if they want to smash tomatoes and things like that, give them that. And this particular, with me showing her that, in the end, what we made, we created a barbecue chicken flatbread pizza.
Oh, all
And
right.
they used these tools without even using knives in the kitchen. And her young kids came in and helped her. And those are things. And I put a lot of these videos on my Instagram
Oh,
page at
good.
Chef Jernard. So you can go on and on there. I try to make them quick and to the point and take up a lot of people's
There you
time. You
go.
go in there, you learn something new, and then
Mhm.
you apply it in your life.
There you go. I love it. Get these kids in the kitchen. They are never too young. Look, take that pacifier out your mouth. Come get in this kitchen and help me bake this flatbread pizza. But that's good though, because safety is also important. So we want to make sure that the kiddos are set up for success and can be safe while being in the kitchen. And also, it's good for them to learn these skills and be introduced to that, because I'm telling y'all, some of y'all kids, they need to be in the kitchen and they're not in the kitchen, because who's gonna cook for them?
Hey, that's how I originally started out cooking as a child. My mother told me, Jannard, you better get in the kitchen and learn how to cook. You ain't guaranteed to get married and have someone cooking for you, and nor can you live off of fast food the rest of your life. So you better
Yes.
get there and learn how to cook.
Listen, I told my sons a similar story. I'm like, listen, ain't no woman gonna cook for you every day. You better learn how to cook, clean, and all those good things. So let's teach these kids life skills and do it the safe way. Wow. So Chef Jernard, thank you so much for coming on the show. You guys, you have to check out his latest cookbook, Southern Modified, co-authored with Miss Denise Boutte. You can get on his website, any book retailer. Again, also on his website, tons of seasonings out there. Get in there, mix and dabble a little bit. And there's something for the kiddos on there too. So you can make it a family affair, which I think, and Chef Jernard, you say this somewhere, that obviously cooking is a family affair. You're referred to as, affectionately known as the family chef, right? Because you like to,
Yes.
what are the things? I know you like to incorporate, what is it? Love, I forget the exact way you describe it.
Faith, family, food, and fun.
There you go. Say it again. Faith, family, food, and
Faith,
fun.
family, food, and fun. They all go hand in hand. I truly believe that food is the ultimate unifier.
It is.
No matter what you're doing in life, food is always one of those things that brings us together.
It is.
Whether it's just getting in the kitchen, cooking with a loved one, or sharing a meal together. Food is that ultimate unifier, and that cooking so happened to be my gift. And so that's how I use it to continue to bridge that gap and build my family, but also sharing it with others in the world, because
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to be blood related to still be to still be considered family.
Yes.
And food is one of those vehicles that will bring any group of people together at any given time,
There
and
you
they'll be
go.
eating, smiling, and loving it and sharing sentiments without even thinking about it. And it's because we're geared that way. Think about it. Food's been around since the beginning of time.
Hello.
So
And if there's food, people will come. I'm telling you, they don't even have to know what the event is. Oh, there's food in the break room. Don't even know if it's a birthday, a baby shower.
exactly.
Just coming to the food. So yes, faith, food, family, and what was the other one?
Fun.
And fun. Oh
Fun,
yes,
because I'm
fun.
gonna have some fun.
You got to have some fun in the kitchen. So Chef Jernard, it's been a pleasure having you. Can't wait to have you again. You guys, make sure you check out Chef Jernard's book, again, Southern Modified. He's on Cleo TV. Get caught up with season 1, and season 2 airs this October, and he's on Ricky Smiley every Monday and Wednesday morning. Make sure you go to his website. Chef Jernard, thank you again so much. And by the way, when I do find my boo and get married, I'm gonna send him to your website. I'm like, look, I'm gonna need you to make sure you know how to do all these Chef Jernard recipes here, so we could meet each other halfway in the kitchen, because I'm not cooking for somebody every day. I'm just not gonna do it. Sister got a lot of things going on. But thank you again, you guys. Please make sure that you like, follow, subscribe the show on your favorite podcast network. We do this every week because I really want to provide you guys with the information you need to make healthier choices and live a long and healthy and happy life. So whether we're talking about food, in the kitchen cooking, whether we're talking about mental health, what's going on with COVID-19, my goal is to help you to just live healthier. So until next time, guys, please be kind to one another, wash your hands, social distance, and until next time, live well, my friends.